Hi all! We are coming into the end of the year and beginning to anticipate what will happen to the housing market as we go into the winter and move into 2022. It's pretty funny when I say winter because I live in South Florida, so my winter probably looks a little different than yours. My name is Eldaher. I'm a realtor and an attorney in sunny South Florida, and I love making these videos to keep you up to date on what's going on in the South Florida real estate market. So if you want to make any moves in real estate in South Florida, reach out to me. I would love to help. Either way, stick around, watch some videos like this one, and subscribe so you don't miss what I've got coming. I guess I can start this video like I start all the market update videos by saying that yes, a lot of people have been calling for the bubble to burst and the housing market to crash. And if you know people like this, click the share button right under this video and send it along to them because we are spreading the good word today. No matter how many people say it, it doesn't make it true. Because you've also got Goldman Sachs saying home prices will go up another 16% in 2022. And CoreLogic, the real estate data firm, is predicting a 2.2% uptick, which is still an uptick. No one in the know is predicting a major drop in prices. Everyone is pretty much in agreement that home prices will continue to appreciate this year. They just can't agree on exactly what percentage. So when people ask me, should I buy or wait, my answer is, and has been for the past year, buy. Because the rise in prices will decline, but prices won't. What I'm saying is that the rate at which prices have been rising is slowing, but prices are not dropping, or really expected to by anyone whose job it is to know these things. Do not be confused by the headlines we're seeing that say the market is cooling, price increases slow. That does not mean that prices are coming down. So share this with your friends because this is the biggest misconception I'm seeing right now, and it's hurting people. People say, oh, wait for the market to crash and then buy. Wait for the wave of foreclosures and then buy. And what has happened in the meantime? Prices have gone up and people are being priced out of the market they could have afforded a year or a year and a half ago. And when I say now is the time to buy, I know that everyone thinks, oh, she's a realtor. Of course she wants you to buy. But the truth is, if you bought last year at this time, your house would be worth more now than it would have been then. And the money that you've got sitting in your bank account is not appreciating as quickly as the housing market is. So I can say that for pretty much every market too. What else are we going to see? Rising interest rates. And I predicted this in my last video too. I'm not a genius, it was just common sense at the time, and we're already seeing it happen as the rates are going up into the threes and less people can benefit from refinancing at this point. This is going to affect affordability, so it would make sense if over time this slowed buyer demand, meaning that it would be coupled with an increase in inventory because less people would be buying what hits the market. But let's talk about supply and demand. A balanced market, meaning that buyers and sellers are on the same footing and have about the same negotiating power, is between 6 and 7 months of supply. And in Coral Springs, where I live, there's 0.6 months of inventory. So we need inventory to increase tenfold before we would see balance. And not even that means that prices would decrease significantly or quickly. It takes cycles upon cycles of this to see much change. So keep in mind the amount of demand that there really is. Last year at this time, the market was pretty crazy too. Remember? There was a lot of demand, but there was also 2 times the inventory there is now. And another thing a lot of people who were ready to buy didn't want to compete in this market. They went to rent for a year and take a break. And it's coming time for those people to circle back around and enter the market again as ready and willing buyers. And things are worse than when they left the market. Again, by worse, I mean there's less inventory and higher prices than at this time last year. And by higher prices, I mean you're getting less for your money. And by this time last year, for context, at this time last year, we were saying things like, wow, these prices are really high. So I actually made this video where I said I was worried about first-time home buyers being priced out of the market. And since then, prices have gone up. We need more supply, but in South Florida, supply has gone down a little bit, which is normal for this time of year. So take solace in that normal trend. It feels good to see normal things happening after 2020 and 2021. Am I right? The spring market is usually the best time to put your house on the market to sell it. So families with kids want to move in the summer, so that's the plan for everyone. Typically winter is not the time to put your home on the market. things slow down a little bit. You've got the holidays, no one wants to move and be looking at houses in the snow. We don't really have that problem here, but that's just the normal cycle of things throughout the year. So what are you gonna do? If you're thinking of selling right now, you might wait because you might not see many options of where to go. And you may be encouraged by predictions of pricing continuing to rise, so you could afford to wait a little longer. Depending on your situation, if you're maybe looking to downsize and you're being affected by rising insurance and taxes, you might pull the trigger on selling sooner. I wouldn't call it a bad time to sell. If you're buying, you might need to adjust your expectations, but be comforted by the predictions that even though prices feel high, they are scheduled to continue to rise. So there may be no better time than now. Just think, if you bought last year, how much equity would you have already? Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments box. Feel free to yell at me and tell me I'm wrong. Maybe I'll feature your comment on the next video and say I was wrong and you were right. Maybe it'll go the other way. But feel free to ask questions on anything I left out. Now let's finish out this year strong. Is it too early to put up my Christmas tree?